Yes, I can hear you,
we can hear
Susie.
you.
All ready to go.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, good. Yeah. So after I start the record, you can start.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you for host this webinar.
Oh, it's all right. It's good to get back into the world a bit. As you can see, I'm a little bit injured here, but going all right.
I hope you're fine.
Yeah. No, it's been a couple of months now, so things are improving, and yeah, feeling human again, which is good.
Mm. Okay.
Just for your curiosity, it was a mountain bike accident, so I fell off my
Yeah,
mountain bike.
I heard from Chris.
Okay, yeah, excellent, yeah. So, yeah, cool.
Okay. Yeah, so I will start now. Start the recording.
Please do.
Recording in progress.
All right, welcome everybody for this month's seminar. I'd like to introduce Dr. Guangyu Wang, who is the Associate Dean and Associate Professor of the Faculty of Forestry at the University of British Columbia, the Director of UBC's Multidisciplinary Institute of Natural Therapy, known as MINT, and the Director, National Park Research Centre. He has been working extensively in national parks, recreation management, and ecotourism development in the USA, Canada, and China. He brings extensive experience in protected areas research and project leadership while successfully managing over 4 million in research projects over the last 10 years. He has completed several research projects on forest therapy and its contribution to both social and environmental wellness. Currently, his MINT team is mainly focused on the effectiveness of forest soundscape, lightscape, and viewscape on human health and well-being. He works very closely with Forest Therapy Hub, ANFT, Korea Forest Welfare Institute, the China Forest Therapy Committee, BC Royal Columbia Hospital, and the UBC School of Medicine. He is the author of numerous books, chapters, technical reports, and scientific papers, including around 100 peer-reviewed international journals. He also serves as the Associate Editor of Journals of Forestry Research, Frontier of Ecology and Evolution, Forests, and many others. And he is also the Director of the Asia Pacific Forestry Education Coordination Mechanism, which is hosting today. We very much look forward to hearing his seminar today on forest therapy, its healing power from forests, origin theories and challenges and opportunities to learn more about how connecting with nature enhances human well-being. Please welcome Dr. Guangyu Wang.
Yeah, thank you so much. I can share my screen, right?
You should be able to, I hope.
Yes. So,
We can see your slides.
okay.
Excellent.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for introduction. Good morning and good evening for wherever you are. My name is Guang Yuan. It's just Professor Chair was introduced. Today I will give the talk on forest therapy healing power from forest. Let me see. Before I talk about my talk today, I would like to introduce you guys about the second international conference on forest therapy is healing with nature. The international conference in 2022, we brought about 300 participants online to participate in this conference. This year we're doing the second the international conference online in person at UBC on the August 9 to 11. So we had a QR code if you want to learn more about the conference. This is the QR code. You can link to our website. Also, you guys know that we have quite a lot of sponsors support this conference, including many global organizations. So let me start with my talk. I would like to, this is the outline introduction about what is the forest therapy, what the origin, the forest and human health, and the global forest therapy movement, and the scientific theory behind the forest therapy. I will give the one case study from Powell River, BC, Canada. Also, we talk about a little bit on emerging forest-based health industry in urban setting. Of course, every industry has the limitation. I will briefly talk about the limitation. So what is the forest therapy? A lot of people already know Sunny Yoko is originally from Japan. It's a guided or self-directed practice of immersing oneself into the forest or natural environment to promote the health and the well-being. It's different between than with just walking or hiking in a forest. This is a mindful, intentional, the sensual-based experience that encourages people to slow down, connect with nature through the five senses, also foster physical, mental, emotional visualizations. So forest therapy is known for the health benefit of the connecting with nature has been recognized across the culture for centuries. So, but the how much of this ancient like wisdom can be uncovered, validated, or fully understood by modern science is remain largely unknown. In the ancient time, if you look at forest is in different kind of the culture, like Taoism in China, Shinto in Japan, and all of the Native American, they have the similar practice. Early use of forest is like a healing, is like a lot of the in a different kind of the culture, they have their practice. So it's mainly about the balancing act. So for the individual, you have the balancing yourself with nature and with your work. Also in global level, there's balancing among the human and also the environment. So the first, the healing power that can be traced back to very, very long time, specifically in what we're doing the research on COVID. We saw this is the photo from Yosemite National Park in US in 1918 when the Spanish flu killed hundreds of thousands of people. And the people was using the car to escape, to go to the national park to escape from this healthy crisis. So if you, we're also working on COVID and in Canadian, whole Canadian movement during the COVID. The paper we published in 2020 during COVID. Also, we follow up our research. You see, a lot of people during the COVID time, they are stay home, but the only place they are go is go to the national park or go to the green space or go to the park. So this is the kind of people was trying to escape to get their mental and physical release. So based on the WHO report, right now, 1 of the 8 people in the world living with a mental disorder. So the most effective prevention and treatment option is one of the you can go to the forest. But most of the people do not have the access to this kind of effective care. So if you look at the WHO report, also say the city is a sort of the constant simulator on risk to our mental health, and workplace another sort of the stress and mental health issue. But if you look at the the data on overall in data. If you can see this in 2008 is the people living in the urban area was already surpassed the achievement in the rural area. So this is the issue, that mental issue or mental disorder became the global issue, not only in the developed country, but also in the many emerging developing countries as well. So we check a little bit on the literature review to do, you can see from 1982 all the way to the 2024, you see the literature, the forest therapy related publication is increasing rapidly, particularly during the COVID. But it's you see from 2002 it's getting increasing very quick. And why I use 1982 is because the Sunny Yoku is the terminology was proposed by Japanese Department of Forestry in 1982. So it's basically called Sunny Yoku, was that terminology was started in 1982. So if you look at the database, you see US, China, England, Canada, Germany, Brazil, it's all the in a different country, in a different continent that contribute as this data, the database. So the 5 key research finding, one is reduction in physical stress, boost the immune function. I won't read this the finding. Also improve the mental health and well-being, enhance attention, and also the cognitive performance. And this is the global the literature was in the global contribute to the forest therapy. So if you look at the global forest therapy movement, what is forest therapy campaign? You see, this is one of the photo I was taken in outside of the UBC. We have the music and forest every year holding at UBC Spirit Pacific Spirit Park. So forest therapy, this in in Germany, this is I think the 15 kilometer south of the Freiburg University. This is a small town. It's about 11,000 square kilometer. It's mainly black forest. That population is about 20,000 people. 61% or 62% of the people was engaged on the health industry. Each year they get about 620,000 overnight visitors. Each household each year was generally about the total of the generate is about 12 million pounds per year for the whole the village. The village only have the 20,000 people in this village. So this is the birthplace in Japan and Akasawa. I visited there a couple of times. This is a very small area that are designated for forest therapy. Usually this is the area for was heavily locked and like a forest depend community. But then after the forest was gone and people was developed the forest therapy program in this area. So they attract about 140 visitors per year, and they come to visit those area. It's quite small area. I think it's not bigger than UBC Spirit Park, but the revenue generate is about $70 million US dollar. So this another one is a National Center for Forest therapy in Korea. If you look at this is the area is we have the forest therapy. Also, they have a whole bunch of the facility was support the forest therapy recreation and tourism. So this is a tea ceremony and also the forest therapy practice. So they have the food garden, they have horticulture therapy as well. And the Jeju Island is also have the in Korea have the forest therapy base. So I visit Beijing, Great Wall National Forest Park. They have also their facility to doing forest therapy practice as well. We have forest therapy in space in Europe in space. And this is we are practice forest therapy in Sweden. So it's in Canada here we have the Holy Hope. It started with 1993, used to be to the meditation center. Now they have introduced forest therapy in their facility as well. This is one of the their practice in also in the in Nanaimo in BC, Vancouver Island. They have the free spirit sphere. They also developed this kind of the forest therapy home to host people, and also the forest people can practice the forest and in forest therapy in that forest. EPC in Spirit Park, my teams always holding different kind of the forest therapy practice in UBC forest. So you look at the global forest therapy practice, you can see that it's quite different between the different region and the different culture. The forest therapy in North America is mainly is about like nature based, but in Korea, in China, they are is integrate with culture and nature based the focus. In Asia, particularly, there is developed like a very big business integrate with a hotel, restaurant, all those kind of things together. Also, the university, they have developed the forest therapy major, and a lot of the national park or urban park, they have the forest therapy facility. So we talk about so many forest therapy and global movement. What is scientific behind forest therapy? So forest therapy is like a multidiscipline. It's including life science, environmental science, physiological science, psychological science, public health, and social culture and spiritual study. So it's like a multi-discipline research. If you look at the what kind of theory governing forest therapy, you have the biophilia hypothesis, have attention restoration theory, and a stress reduction theory. That's the three main theories governing the forest therapy. This is a list of the theory, the core theory behind the forest therapy. You can tell the difference from this table. And the theory was say that human and forest, they interact each other because it's therapy. They have kind of a procedure to interact together and create the health or well-being benefits. So, how do you know about the forest environment? How forests interact with the human? This is one of the research we are working at UBC. So you see these in a global forest, if we simplify, you have the tropical forest, you have subtropical forest, you have temperate forest, you have boreal forest, right? You have all kinds of the forests. What the key thing of the forest can help with human health. This is in the forest environmental factor. You can see the soundscape, landscape, and landscape. For different forests have tree composition and standard structure. In forest is about a lot of native iron contents and how that native iron can be sent out water limb. And the VOC is phytosign with from forest chemical compound emit from forest, and that can support the human well-being. And what the contents of the VOC, what the seasonal difference, and when you're into the forest, what the comfort index, temperature, humidity, wind speed, and radiation. This is all the factor to impact on the human health. So if you look at some of the chart, the table I made here in a different forest from tropical, subtropical, temperate forest, border forest, and what kind of the key characteristic, what kind of phytosign, dominant phytosign was emit from different kind of the forest, and how is the psychological and physical benefit from this kind of the forest. So now we will know about the forest. If you go to the forest in Spirit Park or go to the forest in a national garden, national park, you will be to know about the forest and about their contribution, what kind of elements or factor can contribute to the human health. And when you go to the forest, what the human can, or the forest interaction, so it has a smell, the key thing is the five senses, open your five senses. Smell, hearing, taste, touch, and sight, and also the native ions. This is the interaction. So when you go to the forest, you have the kind of engagement, right? It's as a therapy procedure. You have meditation, breathing, walking, sharing, sense engagement, and mindfulness and the presence. So this is the core practice and human health. And this is the therapy. We have guided meditation, mindfulness, breathing, and slow intentional walk, and group sharing. Group sharing is very important. As we're leading quite a lot of group for therapy work. The group sharing is one of the very important, and the mindful exercise. So this is a procedure, also what kind of help that can generate. And the way I would say about the sense engagement, and when you view the nature, hearing the bird sound, and the waterfall, smelling phytosign, and touching like a barefoot walk, and touching the bars and moss, and tasting is also the herbal taste, tea, the word integration, and about the mechanism about each the sense engagement and their also their health effect. So this is the engage the human get into the people get into forest and how to engage with forest. So this is the two part, and also what kind of the forest therapy procedure we are going to use. In the global level, we have the two it's about a lot of the forest therapy guiding approach, but in I was divided by two parts. One was led by ANFT, an Association of the Nature of Forest Therapy Guide and Program that was founded by Amos in US. Another one is nature-based forest therapy. The first one is relational nature forest therapy. Another one is nature-based forest therapy was created by Alice. Is in Spain. Is a for therapy hub, and this is it's more like evidence-based on more close to scientific base for therapy. So when they to do for therapy practice, the monitoring normally is to do pre-test and post-test, and it's mainly on personal vital sign, psychological assessment, and physiological assessment. So for the psychological assessment, is a lot of index can be used. I just list some of the index here can be used for psychological index. A lot of is already well developed. A different kind of the form can be used. Also the psychological index. This is more tricky. More it's related to medical experiments. Some is easy, like for heart rate, heartbeats, and also the blood pressure. And some is difficult, like for doing like MRI, for example. So they have different kind of the index can be used for psychological help. So this is the first therapy procedure we are using UPC to for about 2-hour practice. This is the how to procedure. I won't go through very detail, but this is if you happen in BC or in Vancouver, welcome to our for therapy lab. We can bring you guys to do the floor therapy in the forest. So this is a UBC floor therapy trail. Is quite nice forest. You can see it's like an old growth. It's not old growth forest, but it's a old growth forest in UBC Spirit Park. This is a floor therapy practice where we normally hold a UBC floor therapy area, and also we hold the floor therapy field training as well. So now we're talking about a lot of the thing about outside in outdoor forest therapy and how to human and people and the forest interact each other. So we also working on indoor simulated forest immersion. So this means we try to mimic the forest healthy key elements, bring the forest therapy in to the home, to the indoor. So the simulation the forest is including to mimic the soundscape, landscape using the VR or solution. And we're using phytosign compound and native iron enriched air. This is this is the for therapy indoor with look like UPC. This is indoor testing. We try to limit different the elements to under the certain control to test about the different soundscape, landscape, or native ions, and also the aromatic therapy, how to impact on the human health. So this is some of the research we are working on to see. This is a very interesting photo. This is for therapy before we get into indoor therapy, and also this after 30 minutes experience in the into the after the floor therapy, indoor floor therapy. So you can see the blood cell is totally here is almost messed up. After 30 minutes, you can see this is quite different. So we're also working bring this kind of indoor floor therapy approach to different kind of the real estate company, to hospital, to the hospital as well. This is one of the example we are working with Royal Columbia Hospital. We're also working on forest therapy on different kind of the population, for the firefighter to a college student and to high school as well. Also our university college student. What I would like to give some of the case study how forest therapy can protecting forests and also the enhance the local economy. So this is one of the case we have in a city of the Pearl River in BC. This is I don't know you guys must have know about the Pearl River. This is it's a very old forest logging town. This you see in the in the last century. This this is the huge coastal forest in the town. You see the roadway. It's kind of like Agasawa in Japan. This is they are supplied to the Pearl Rivers like a pulp and paper mill. This mill in 1930 is supply about almost 1/3 of the pulp in North America. But in the 2021, the pulp mill was closed. With leaving the hometown without economic support. So the city of the Pearl River invite us to go there to develop the floor therapy chair. This is one of the therapy chair. Introduce the floor therapy into their forest. It's one of the forests just nearby the town with the Pearl River city. So this is kind of the thing we are trying to establish to for the city. You know, the city was right now since the closing of the mill, the pulp paper mill, the people was move out. A lot of industry people was move out and move in. A lot of people from either senior, the people they are building the senior home there, and the high tech people, the people from Google, from Amazon, they are working from home and they are moved to the Pearl River. So based on this kind of the two population, so we develop the different kind of the floor therapy chair in this region. And also there's some the outdoor like a camping thing. So this can generate quite a lot of, we expect can generate quite a lot of the revenue for the new city. And also we encourage them not only doing forest therapy, but also to, you know, in this forest area, you're using different kind of the silviculture approach to see if it can be forest carbon credit can be generated from this forest. So it's can create the two revenue stream. One is from carbon sequestration, and at the same time can generate revenue from forest therapy. And more importantly, after 30 or 40 years, probably that wood forest can be ready to log. So it's in a short term and a long term the combination. So forest therapy is kind of like a big business in a new era. This is the paper was published by Ralph Bodley, is a guy, the professor from Australia. He was estimate the economic value of the protected area was with the mental health. It's annually can generate $6 trillion. For the economic for the revenue generation. So he also have another paper with economic value for nature, wise healthcare, saving, and productivity increase. This is another paper also was published by authored by Ralph Buckley. I think this and he also is our the one of our keynote speaker for this second floor therapy conference. So this is quite like a big business in the future. It's already in a big business in Korea, in Japan, also in China. And North America, we're still studying to develop the business time for therapy space or for therapy facility. But we're also facing quite a lot of challenging. One is a scientific challenge. Even we talk about the scientific base, as I start with my talk before, is still have a lot of things unknown. You need to do quite a lot of research globally. And the second is about the standardization method, and outcome measure is also one of the challenge. And the culture of capability is also a gap. Also, the environmental concern is race is from forest, like forest fire, limit disease, or pollution, smoke pollution from the forest. Also, a lot of over commercialization and also the ecological damage. Even is I was mentioned is for forest therapy, you just develop the forest therapy chair, but it's a lot of area was created for forest therapy, also with impact on the wildlife as well. And another challenge is about the general publics. The awareness of the benefit of the forest therapy is still lacking. And for institutional challenging is about like a national and regional park, green space authority is still not like for facility wise they are not ready for forest therapy, and also a lot of authority not allow forest therapy guide in guiding the forest in their land. Insurance company is some of the insurance company already agree to use use the forest as alternative prevention for mental health, but a lot of is done. In the national wide, they have the policy, public health policy, and national accreditation is still lacking. So for the future development, forest therapy is kind of like I was mentioned the multidisciplinary research that need to be held research policy and business combined, and the research should come from physiological to see the mechanism about the human and the interact with nature, what kind of mechanism was in place, what kind of psychological effect, and what kind of environmental elements, how culture was played in the therapy is still need to be integrate all those elements into the forest therapy research. So in the future, the health system integration is one of the opportunity to integrate health system with green prescription, and red. Part red is one of the model was in Canadian proposed. And forest therapy in urban and also the outdoor setting. So how to simulate the natural environment, how to using VR, AR, also use a healing garden for those people cannot or are able to go to the nature, to the outdoor, particularly like people, the senior people, and also for the patient, recovering patient. This is one of the opportunity for a lot of big company like Apple headquarters. If you have the chance to visit Apple center in Los Angeles, in San Francisco, in the Silicon Valley, you also can see a lot of the element already was integrated into this big enterprise, the headquarters. Education, training, and certification is also one of the business can be developed through the flow therapy. Also, the healing people with not only healing the people, but in the same time healing with other planets. So I was also do a little bit promote again on my second flow therapy conference. This is in here we have, as I mentioned, we have Ralph. This is called the keynote speaker. The professor from Australia. He was Ralph Budley is one of the global leader in ecotourism. He's a lot of research published in Science and Nature on human well-being. And also we have the Professor Kathy Wolf. Is a professor from University of Washington. She's working on the social aspect of the forest therapy, nature therapy. We have Amos is a founder for ANFT. He is one of the global recognized the association training organization. We have the Dr. Lin from University of Missouri. He's mainly focused on different chemical emission, like phytosign from forests, how to impact on the human health. We have Alice here. Is also he's executive director for Flow Therapy Hub. Is one of the very big global organization based in Spain, headquartered in Spain. We have a lot of people, keynote speaker. So I will a little bit thanks to all my my group for at UBC, my PhD, my master student working with me on the flow therapy research. And this is my bigger group in my lab. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wang. I have to admit I did have a very nice view onto the garden while I was in hospital recovering, and it was great to see that little bit of nature. It did help me and my sort of headspace while I was going through this injury. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions, please? If you do have a question, just pop your hand up or feel free to write something in the chat as well.
Yeah, I would just want to welcome everybody if they are interested in participate the second flow therapy conference. We also in our website also have the first flow therapy conference, the documentary, the document, and also the video is free online. You can check it out.
Excellent, thank you. We do have a question from Gamini. Please feel free to ask your question.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And I think quite interesting and quite innovative way of looking the forest. Thank you very much for the presentation. My question is that is there any information that how the forest benefited in the way that you explain, particularly in the indigenous community?
Yeah, we work very close with the indigenous group, particularly in Canada. We talked to the elder. They will say a lot of practice was similar than their practice in for the first centuries. They are doing meditation. They are doing the sitting together, have the group sharing. Also, they have the kind of pray is also very similar than we did in the fluorotherapy. So we invite the elder to come in to give us about the culture, also not only for practical aspect, also for cultural aspect, about in their culture, how that can be influence on their health.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Susie, you had your hand up next.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor Wang, for the great presentation. So I have a question about the insurance. Like you mentioned, this first therapy is really has a lot of benefits to the human health well-beings and also other aspects. So do you know that for the prospect of including the first therapy into the public health insurance? What's the situation for the Canada, and do you know any other countries include this first therapy in their public health insurance?
Yeah, that's a very good question. In Canada, you will have the Part Red. This is the BC Part Foundation, was led by Marissa Lam, is the president for BC Part Foundation. They have about 4,000 doctor is kind of like a licensing by the BC Part Foundation, and they can when they know about the people the patient have the mental issue, they can prescribe them to go to the park 2 hours a week, and also for some can go to the national park for the 1 week, and that will be covered by the insurance company. So this in Canada. In Korea also have the national health welfare program. That's also can be covered by their national welfare program for go to the forest. I think more and more big company, millionaire company or multinational company, now they are starting to encourage their staff or employee to go to the nature, go to the forest. They have the give them the day off to go to the forest for certain time and to release their stress and to recover from the mental issues. Yeah, I think more and more in US Forest Service also discuss about the potential get the insurance company to recognize the fluorotherapy is one of the intervention for the human health. More and more the country and company will do that kind of practice in the future right now.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Next on the list is Professor Bata.
Thank you. Thank you, Wang. I'm from Nepal. So it's my pleasure to see you and a very nice presentation.
Thank you.
Regarding the Nepal context, because we have the small fragmented forest, so do you have any idea what area will reflect the such type of therapy, the forest area?
Yeah, it's a very good question. We do forest element to do the measurement. We set up the equipment to go to the forest to see which area have good soundscape with landscape, also the kind of landscape, waterfall, how the native iron contents. So we're thinking about is if you can have about 100 meter long, 50 meter wide, that forest cover canopy closure is about 60%, 50%, 60%, and those area is for forest environment is also can be say is suitable for doing forest therapy work. But also it need to be have the trail was accessible for the for the local people or for the participant.
Thank you. Zongo is up next.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm from Vietnam and I work in the NGO and I also did some kind of certification for FSC and PFC. So I would like to ask the professor is about, any kind of standard for healing forests developed by the University of Great Walls, I think in Germany, because in my hometown there are some landscapes kind of forest, like Dr. Bata asked you about what kind of criteria that we can use to evaluate if there are any suitable criteria or standard for forest to be qualified as a healing forest to help us in terms of
Yes.
Thanks.
For the I had a meeting in last year in Sweden, meeting with FSC and PFC people. They have asked me whatever can working with them on the develop for therapy certification. This is the one of the things we are very interesting working with them. In globally, we don't have the international standard so far, but a lot of like AFT flow therapy hub, they have developed their own flow therapy trials standard is to certify the flow therapy trial. So if you look at the AFT and the flow therapy hub website, they have that kind of standard, and also some country like Japan, they have the national standard for flow therapy guide, for flow therapy base, and for flow therapy chair. That was issued by Japanese Flow Therapy Society. This the global is a national standard. So if any place need to be, or people can need to do the flow therapy guide, they have to be get a training from Japanese Flow Therapy Society. And also, if you the area need to be qualified, whatever can be do the flow therapy practice, that need to be get a national certification. And Korea doing the same thing. And Taiwan, I was heard Taiwan had the same their own like standard.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Excellent. Mihi, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you for your share, Professor Wang. And as you know, I am focused on the aromatherapy use essential oil recently. And do you think it is very useful and important in the forest therapy? And if so, do you have some advice for me for my research?
Yeah, the for essential oil you are using is normally quick is in fall into the aromatherapy, right? It's quite different than forest therapy. Forest therapy is using the forest element that phytocyte, as mentioned, that's emit from the tree. It used to be for tree as a defense system, right? To defend the insect or different fungi or bacteria, but it's very good for human health. So this if you do aromatherapy, it's let me see, it's quite like it's different, but it's quite similar in practice. So you need to so in our lab we try to collecting the forest air to testing about what kind of chemical content in the forest and how this kind of the chemical compound to impact on the human health. So in that sense, probably has some similarity on the chemical mechanism. So yeah, this is a very good question. We can discuss about that in the future, how to integrate those two, which one can be integrated into each other. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Professor Anand, your question, please.
Thank you very much, Professor Wang, for your nice and excellent presentation and lecture. You have mentioned that several benefits which we are getting from the forest. Do you feel is there any impact of climate change on forest area, particularly on medicinal plants?
Yes, it's an excellent question. It's as I was mentioning about the forest. You know, forest is one of the meditation for people to get into the forest. But forest is in a global level is different. So you came from we are in the temperate forest. You are probably in a subtropical forest. This tree composition is different. The phytocyte from the content in that forest is different, and this is a difference between the forest time. Also in the climate change, the impact on the tree distribution. So it's a lot of the forest was cannot suitable for that original place. They are died and new tree was replaced. Then, so but overall, for forest therapy per se, it is not like influenced largely by the climate change, but we are more focused on what kind of the element can be provided in that local forest. So either native forest or national park, national forest, or the forest in urban setting. Now this is good to research area to think about the climate change and the impact on the forest, and also relate to the human health. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, we're coming close to the hour. Do we have any last or final questions for Dr. Wang? If not, well, I'd like to extend a big sorry. We have no. Yes.
I think we're
So I have one question.
All right. Sorry, Raj.
I'm Raj.
Welcome.
Uh,
Please, your question.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Wang, for your very informative talk, the presentation today. So my name is Raj. I'm basically from Nepal, from Institute of Forestry. I have a very general or very broad question. And what are the biggest scientific and policy challenges in gaining wider acceptance of forest therapy in mainstream healthcare system? So that's my broader question.
Yeah, the big challenge is have the two parts. One is the scientific research. Even I was mentioned in the last 10 years, 20 years, the forest therapy research is getting increasing very application is very increasing very rapidly. But it's a lot of research is still in very it's not get into very detail about what kind of the element into the forest, what the human interaction that into this kind of element, what kind of mechanism can be detected from the forest and human health is largely unknown. Still unknown. Like how can forest go to the forest, working in the forest for 30 minutes, how to increasing the NK cell, how to release the fatigue is still unknown. So this is the one of the biggest challenge. So it need a lot of researcher from medicine, from brain science, from psychology, from physiology, get together to overcome those kind of the gap. So this is the one of the biggest challenge. So a second is about the policy. The policy is what right now it's not many countries like Japan and Korea. They have the policy to support have the support system for the patient or for the people who had the issue with go to the forest can be covered by insurance or can be covered by the government. It's not right now. It's not in the medical insurance system yet. So I think this is another barrier. So these two barriers, I think, hang on hand, particularly for the more scientific based research and more evidence to show this is a more qualified of the research as needed.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Well, given the hour, I'll take one last question. I've got a hand up from Carrie. If you can please ask your question.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Carrie, a graduate student from University of the Philippines, Los Baños, and I am working on my. Am I audible, sir? Do you hear me? Am I audible?
It's quite difficult to hear you though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me remove my. Okay. So am I audible now?
It's still a little quiet.
Okay, this one. Is it clear? Is
I
it
can
hear.
Not yet. Am I audible now? Or hello?
Yes, you are audible. Yep.
Okay.
We can
So
hear you.
yeah, so I am a graduate student here from University of the Philippines, Los Baños, and I'm working on having a forest dating here in the Philippines. So I'm not sure if there are already studies here in the Philippines, but I'm really working out here, specifically in Mount Makiling Forest Reserve and ASEAN Heritage Park. So one of my question, because we know that forest dating need to be peaceful, and at the same time the environment must be less noise and something like that. However, there are some instances that in the Philippines, places which has a silent background or area potential for forest dating are used for other recreational activities like running. So how can we separate that area to those people going outdoor activities like running from the forest bathing site? So I am thinking on how can we control them, because some people that going to a forest instead of having a forest bathing activity, some will be doing outdoor recreation like running. So some people might be intimidated or distracted from.
I cannot catch your question. Can you put it in a text or in a chat?
Look,
For
I might
example,
be able to
for
help you. Is interested in how to manage so different users of the forest. So people for therapy want quiet and peace, whereas other people go into the forest for activity, exercise, like running. How do you manage those different sort of objectives or within the forest?
Okay, that's good question. And for the people, I was in my talk. Forest therapy is quite different. Like you hiking and walking in the forest. Forest therapy approach is quite slow with intentional slow walk into the forest. Also, sometimes we sit together to do the meditation. So it's quite different than just running, hiking into the forest. If how to manage the forest, most of the area, like they are designated for forest therapy trail, that only for the forest therapy practice in that area. So I don't know for UPLP, I don't know what the forest therapy facility you have. Of course, probably people can use for forest therapy, also use it for recreation, right? And so that need to be, I think, the administration and also the people need manage that land need to be to support sometimes at UBC we put the area to say this is in this time frame we have the forest therapy practice. So it's normally we reserve the area. Is it answer your question?
Thank you, sir. So, you're suggesting that there must be a separate area for forest gaping, from the outdoor activities because there's no actually facilities yet here in UPLB. So I am the first one who's trying to take on the on that project so that I can include it on my dissertation. So thank you for that recommendation.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody, for your thoughtful questions after the seminar. Of course, thank you, Dr. Wang, for your wonderful presentation today and insights that you've given from all the intensive and extensive work you've done in this field. So thank you very much for sharing that with us today. Thank you also for everyone for your continued support and participation in the seminar series. We'll be sending out information for next month's presentation shortly, so stay tuned. Other than that, thank you again for your attendance today and best for the rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you are today. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for hosting to share the meeting today. Thank you. Bye.
See ya.